Okay, hi, Charlotte. I brought this vase here. I got to ship it off to Nova Scotia. Can you believe that? I have no idea how to pack it. Can you kind of show me how do you guys do this, or can you do it for me?
Not a problem. I can give you some really great tips on how to make sure that this beautiful vase gets to Nova Scotia safe and sound. First of all, I would start by trying to support the inside of the vase. Step one, we have a cavity here, and it's nice and strong at the base, but you're going to be a little bit more flimsy when it comes to the top and bottom. So putting something inside of it, just to reduce any form of pressure, can really help.
All right, sounds like a good idea.
So something like this, a little bit of bubble wrap would work, even some bubble bags, or even if you're really desperate, you could always stuff it with some cloth, maybe a tea towel or something, just to kind of give it a little bit of support on the inside.
Okay.
Now, obviously it is glass, and we're not saying that we want to prepare for the worst, but just in case, especially if you're packing it with something else, I would suggest putting it inside of a plastic bag. Just in case something does happen to it, it's not going to cover all of your other beautiful items in little shards of glass. So something like a shopping bag, or in this case, a shipping bag, works great. So just again, it's very simple. It's just to make sure that if something was to happen to it in transit, that it would cover all of your other items in little pieces of glass.
The glass won't fly all over the place.
Exactly. So
Okay.
it's just a precautionary measure. Now next, obviously everybody knows what bubble wrap is, but bubble wrap, a lot of people don't realize that bubble wrap can be used wrong. What you want to do is want to make sure that you use the cushy side of your bubbles, the softer side, goes against your item, and the tougher skin is going to be on the outside, just to protect from any little pokes and pricks that might actually pop your bubbles. And
Wow.
you want to place your object right in the middle. Now, because it's a really fragile piece, you're going to want to make sure that you give it at least 2 layers of bubbles. If it was a little less fragile, you might be able to get away with 1, but we are going to take no chances.
Going a long way.
And make sure you've got your packing tape close at hand.
Okay.
Nice and helpful. 2 things that I usually use when packaging are is packing tape, as well as one of those handy little X-Acto knives. They come in great handy. Here we are, and just going up on the bottom. So now we have a nice 2 inches or so, 1.5 inches around every given side of our package, which will make sure that we're well cushioned. Now we have a double wrapped vase stuffed in the middle and inside a plastic bag just for extra protection. Next step is the box. Now, it's really hard to make sure you find the right box for you. There could be boxes that might be a little on the small side. You never want to have the top of your item too close to the cardboard, because then if it does drop, the actual edge of your item is going to be in contact with the ground, not your packing materials.
Right. So the box should be a little bit bigger.
But I was also going to say, you want to make sure that your box isn't too big, because if it's too big, you're just going to end up paying for a whole lot of extra inches in shipping. So, you want to make sure that you get a box that's just right. So we've got this fantastic box here that will allow us to have about 1 inch of room on top, 1 inch of room on bottom, and at least 1 inch on top of our bubble wrap on any given side. Now the fun part, the packing peanuts. Styrofoam chips is also known by. These act great as shock absorbers when shipping. Start off by putting a nice little layer in the bottom. Okay. make sure that you have about an inch worth of peanuts on the bottom of your box.
Okay.
And then in goes our fragile base.
All right.
Now it's helpful to kind of give it a little twist in there, make sure that you get the peanuts setting up on a side, and it also allows you to get the base right in the very middle. Now the fun part, filling it full of the peanuts. Fill it out half full. And then again, give it another little wiggle, just to make sure that the peanuts settle in and all around all the little cracks and crevices. And now top it up we go. Now another trick when it comes to the peanuts is to make sure that you actually put peanuts just so it comes ever so slightly above the top of the box. This will make it so when I close the box, it actually compresses the peanuts down and allows them to be nice and tight and snug in there.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Looking good. So when you close top of the box, you almost want to see a bit of a TPing effect. So when you actually compress it down and fold down your other flaps, you know that those peanuts are keeping that base
Nice and tight.
nice and tight. You want to tape your box, so you tape it along all of the edges, kind of like in an H shape. And that's the strongest way to keep it with it using the least amount of tape. And there you have it. A extremely well packaged vase ready to go on its way to Nova Scotia.
Wow. Looks pretty safe to me. Well, that's great. Thank you very much, Charlotte.
Not a problem.
So there you go. Another little video about tips and tricks from the UPS store 325 on Hastings Street in Burnaby Heights. See you next time.